2020 virtual team kickoff. Thank you everyone for being here today. My name is Steve Wyndham. I am the Senior Development Director for the state of Michigan, and I'm excited to have you guys all here today and be part of the show. We are going to have a lot of great information today over the course of the hour. Thank you for being here in your lunch hour. We got a lot of great presenters. But at this time, we just want to be able to say thank you. And we know it's a very different year than most years, but we are excited to be here and we are excited to have you guys join us. And so we're going to do a quick screen share. We're going to talk about a bunch of fun things today. And I just want to kick it off by saying that you're all going to be on mute. This is an interactive piece with the Q&A and the chat, so we will be monitoring the Q&A and the chat today. But make sure to put your entries in there. Make sure to be able to answer questions, ask questions. I'll have a lot of great presenters today, and so please just make sure to get some clarity. We're going to show you a lot of great things that are tools to help you succeed and be able to have a lot of fun this year and support the mission of the organization. And just to go over our agenda briefly today, we are going to have a quick fun icebreaker, so do get ready to tell us a little bit about yourself here in a few slides. We're going to talk about programming, and which is the driver of all that we do, and our amazing power that we have in our communities and all the things that we're doing. And then also we have our team captain highlights throughout the day. We'll talk about what it is as your role to be a team captain, and then also go over our participant center, do some other highlights, a quick challenge that we're launching today we're going to tell you about, and then we will be able to have a Q&A session at the end. So we will definitely be having a fun session at the end of the day to answer any and all questions that you guys have. So do appreciate everyone being here today. I do want to open it up and just have everybody in the chat. So your chat function, there is a Q&A and a chat function. So there are two ways to interact. If you do a Q&A, it will come to me and the moderators. If you do a chat, it is more public. But we want to know a little bit about yourself. Give some shout outs in the chat. Please tell us where you're from, your name, let everybody know who you are, and tell us what your favorite virtual meeting snack is. We know that a lot of us have been on virtual meetings a lot lately. Please tell us what your favorite virtual meeting snack might be, even if it's a guilty pleasure. Mine is melted chocolate chips and peanut butter with graham crackers. Don't have any today because I'm doing a lot of clicking behind the scenes here with our fun team kickoff, but definitely love me some graham crackers and melted chocolate chips and peanut butter. So please go ahead and give us a quick shout out. Also, know that we are going to be monitoring this all day long, so please make sure to utilize it as much as you can. And at this time, I do want to invite in to say a few words our President and CEO, Jennifer Leopard, who will be taking over and making sure that we're having a great time today, and just wanted to say a few words.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our kickoff event for 2020. This is certainly a crazy year. We are so happy that so many of you were able to join us today to get ready to kick off Walk 2020. We have been working really hard, all of you have, as we've been kind of waiting to see how we get through this challenge with our COVID situation. But I've been attending, I think I've been to 10 committee meetings in the last 2 weeks, and they have been so much fun. It's great to, especially for those of you who I didn't know before, to get to know all of you and hear about all the great things that you guys are doing. We're hoping that today is going to be a successful kickoff for our 2020 season. We know 2020 has to look different. We want to make sure that the health and safety of you, our volunteers, as well as our constituents and our staff is of the utmost importance. But we also know that we can't take a year off from the Walk to End Alzheimer's. There are still 180,000 people in Michigan living with Alzheimer's disease, and they have been impacted at one of the highest levels when you look at the situation, not only just in terms of health concerns related to COVID, but people that have had their whole worlds kind of upended, you know, haven't been able to have caregivers come in the home, haven't been able to see family members, maybe have been separated from people for a long time. So we know that our clients have been some of the hardest hit as well. So we want to thank you so much for everything that you're doing for this walk. We're going to be talking in great detail closer to the end of the month about what Walk 2020 is going to look like to make sure that we can take all this health safety considerations into account. But now we just really want to focus on making sure that we're getting teams enrolled, getting sponsors back, and just talking to the community and making sure that our voices are being heard. with the kind of cacophony of everything that's going on, we want to make sure that people still are realizing how important this cause is and how much we need their assistance. So I want to thank you so much for making time out of your schedule today. And I'm going to turn it over to Melanie Baird, our Vice President of Programs, to talk about our programs.
Hello. Can everybody? Hold on, I'm not seeing.
Yep, you're good, Mel.
Great. Okay, perfect. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Jennifer. And I just wanted to let you all know it's so nice to be able to talk to you today and share some information about the programs and services that we're providing. Thanks to all of your effort and hard work that you put into our walks, we're able to reach out to communities and help individuals and families, even during this unprecedented time. So I just wanted to preface this by saying that the programs that I'm going to talk to you about in a minute are typically done face-to-face. But in COVID times, we've actually transitioned all of our programs to a telephonic and virtual platform, so that we can still reach out to people that need it the most. And so just so you all know too, that all of our programs have both options available to them, because we know that people have different challenges when it comes to accessibility and comfort levels. So we give both an online link as well as a dial-in option for people when it comes to these programs and services. But kind of overall, even amidst a global pandemic, we're still helping those who need it. And a lot of that is thanks to you and your efforts. So how do we do that? So first and foremost, we continue to provide our telephonic services through our 24/7 helpline. So if people need information, referrals, support, they can pick up the phone and somebody on the other end will help them out with that. On a local level, if we don't talk to a caller from Michigan directly, we make sure that we are following up with every single one of them to give them our local resources, information, and event information as well, so that they can find something that's near and in their community. We also provide our care consultation services for those who kind of need a little bit more than just basic information and referral. So anybody can kind of call and talk to one of our social workers, either through online or just through over the phone, to get kind of more direction and support to answer more intense questions and issues that they're having. We're also conducting support groups, social engagement programs, and our education programs all online and through phone. So we've been able to train the majority of our volunteer facilitators so that they're able to hold their support groups via phone or over the computer. And we also collaborated with organizations like the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, the Detroit Zoo, the Detroit Historical Society, Soul Center, and kind of more and more, even more than that, to engage communities in something that's fun and recreational during this time as well. Also, in addition to offering kind of our standard education programs various times throughout the weeks, we've come up with a few other ways that we can reach out to communities during this time to just expand our reach to those. So one is our Dementia Super Saturday series, which consists of 3 different education topics presented by staff on a Saturday of each month. And this is really to kind of help those that maybe find it difficult to join us during the week or in the evening time, so that they can get that information as well. And then in the month of June, we are also holding research events, which are led by scientific experts and provide up-to-date information about the latest and greatest research in dementia and Alzheimer's. So our first research event actually took place this past Tuesday. Dr. Bruno Giordani from the Michigan Alzheimer's Disease Center spoke. And then our next one is actually tonight at 5 p.m. So if any of you are interested in joining us, you can go right to our website, and it's like the first page up there, so you can just kind of click the link and then that'll follow you through to register and get that information so you can join us. And then we also have a Spanish-speaking research presentation that's next Thursday, led by Dr. Irving Vega at 6 p.m. And then finally, in the month of June, we're hosting what we call a Healthy Mind and Body series, which consists of a physical activity every Friday of the month, which we have termed Fitness Fridays. and a cognitive activity every Monday of the month, which we have termed Mental Health Mondays in June. So for the next 2 Fridays, we're offering gentle yoga this Friday and self-defense next Friday, which are kind of opposites. So we're going to try to attract as many people as we can with both of those. And then our last 2 Mental Health Mondays, we will present healthy living for your brain and body, as well as a guided meditation. So that's kind of a summary of what we're doing and how we're reaching out to communities and providing care and support to individuals and families that need it and are affected by dementia. And so with that said, if you or anybody that you know or anybody that you talk to is interested in learning more about any of those programs and services, you can visit our website, or you can call our helpline, or you can reach out directly to us, and we'll make sure to get that information to you. And with that, I can turn it over to Steve.
Thanks so much, Melanie, and we're going to jump right in, and Amelia is up next.
Hi guys, and welcome. So now that you guys know how your hard work and your support is helping us to a world without Alzheimer's disease and other dementias, we want to review the duties of a team captain. They're straightforward and simple, but first I want to say thank you, and we want to say thank you from the entire Michigan chapter and the Alzheimer's Association. Thank you for joining us in our fight to end ALS. So to be a team captain, all you need to do is this: lead by example. You guys are on the ground of your communities and showing them what our organization does. Recruiting your circle of influence. That can include your family, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors. Encourage them to participate and register. And then next, the most important thing is to fundraise. By getting these team members and to fundraise, we can make the biggest impact on this disease and in our communities. And so to start off the day on a high note, we want to hear from one of our top fundraising teams in the state. I'd like to introduce Diana Schules. Diana is the team captain of Team Schules, and she has been walking since 2011 and has been a committee member for the Lenawee County Walk since 2015. Diana walks for her grandmother, Ludi, who passed away in 2003 at the age of 90 from dementia. She walks for her mother-in-law, Maxine, who passed away in 2009 at the age of 80 from Alzheimer's disease. And Diana walks for her mother, Carmine, who passed away from Alzheimer's in 2015. Diana, like many of us, has lots of reasons to walk and has done an amazing job this year adapting and continuing to support the Alzheimer's Association mission and vision. To tell us more about her success, I'd like to welcome Diana Schules.
Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for letting me share my story and what we do. Some of the things that our team has done, I'm very, very lucky and fortunate to have a great group of team members. One of our team members had a 75th birthday early in the year, and he did not want gifts. He wanted to do a pie auction with all of the money to go to our Team Schultz, and that raised $1,200. So that was a great event we had. We also had a group of us that did a bake sale together, and that bake sale we brought in around $200. I also keep in touch with all of my team members throughout the year. We're close family and a close knit of friends. And one of the things I asked everyone to do, I said, just set up a can or a jar and throw your change in there. It's amazing how much that change adds up. And I said, even if you put $1 a week back in that jar, it adds up. Something I've been doing for the last several years is I ask friends, neighbors, coworkers, is for can donations, pop bottles and can donations. A lot of people do not like to take their cans back to the store, so I take them for them, and then all of that money benefits the team. This year with COVID, I actually have a garage full of cans because people were not able to take their cans back, and that's actually netted quite a few $100s for us. I've been taking those back already. I've gotten 5 bags taken in, and I have several more yet to go. So every dime adds up. So just keep that in mind. That's something you can do. Maybe have your team get together on a day and go throughout your neighborhood and just ask everybody for their canned donations. You'd be surprised how much money you can get from that. Another team member is a musician. He plays guitar and sings, and he does that in a lot of local wineries, sometimes a bar, sometimes just for get-togethers. And he will talk about our team. He's on our team, and his name is Cat Canyon. So if you've ever heard of him, he will mention Alzheimer's and Team Schultz, and then he will ask people at his events to make a donation. Sometimes it's quite fun because one song he hates to play is Margaritaville. So when people ask for that song to be played, he tells them that they have to give extra money towards Alzheimer's, and when that person does, then someone else will give money to have him not play it. And then it goes back and forth, and that actually gets quite a few donations coming in that way as well. Later this summer, we are going to be having a cookout. We will be celebrating again a couple of our team members' birthdays. And so that cookout, we have a team member who is a chef, and he will be doing all of the cooking, but we will be asking for donations for that, for our family and friends and, again, neighbors to come. And so we're looking forward to that. And one other thing that I do, another team member has a connection with the Tecumseh Flea Market here in Michigan, and he allowed me to set up a booth outside for the weekend. And instead of having like typical yard sale, I took everything over there. I had books, CDs, again, baked goods, and I was able to raise quite a bit of money that weekend from the flea market. So those are just some ideas and suggestions. There's just lots of things you can do as a team to raise funds. And like I said, just know that every dime counts. Thank you. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you so much, Diana, for sharing your fundraising tips. And I hope you guys were all taking notes and maybe formulating your own ideas on how you can fundraise. But right now, we need you guys to get registered. And if you haven't already done so, now is the time to do it. And how do you do it? Well, you can visit alz.org/walk, or you can text ALZ walk to 51555 to register. And if you guys want to take a minute in the chat, let us know if you're registered or if you're doing so today. And so now you're registered. What do you do now? Now you log into your participant center. This is a way for you to track your personal fundraising, your team fundraising, your team members, reach out to your donors. We're going to dive into this a little bit in just a little bit, but know that this is such a great resource to use. And you can take that one step further, and you can download the Walk app. This will offer all the things that your participant center offers at your fingertips. So checking your fundraising, contacting your donors, updating your personal information, but most importantly, you can upload checks to the mobile check deposit. That way it will reflect directly on your fundraising page, and you won't need to send your checks into the office. So get fundraising, and good luck, guys. Now we're going to check in to our participant center with Abby.
Hi, everyone. Can you see my screen? Not yet. Okay. Now can you see my screen? Yes, no? Anyone?
It's trying to share, but it's not. There it goes.
There it goes. Okay, so this is what your participant center looks like once you log into it. Mine says Bay City because that's one of the walks that I'm registered for. If you are registered for multiple walks, you click up here where it says participant center. It may say your name. and it'll show all the walks that you are registered for, just one login for all of those walks. I'm going to show you a little bit of how you can customize your walk page. Participants who customize their walk page raise 3 times more than those who don't. So I'm going to go right in here to the dashboard to start with. Now the dashboard shows you as a team captain or as a participant what your progress is so far and what your team progress is. And if you've never gone into this participant center, you'd want to click Take the Tour. And what that does is that takes you through tips along all of these different pages throughout your participant center. But I'm just going to show you a few really quick things that you can do to customize your walk page. So I'm going to go to my page. And you can see here, I've already customized my individual fundraising link. And you can do that as your team page as well. If you are a company team, you'd want to go ahead and change that team page link to your company. So I can just change this to the Midland Walk since I am registered in as a Alzheimer's Association team. And when you do something like that and you share your team's link out to somebody, say you're with with a company and say Consumers Energy, and you have a team and you want to send this link out to have your employees join your team. It's a lot easier and gets a lot more attention if they're going to a link that says /Consumers Energy Team, for instance, or whatever company you're working for, than all of those letters and numbers. So that's something that you can do to customize your team's page. Also, maybe there's a photo of your team from a walk previous that you can add in here, or even telling your team's story of why your company or your family team supports the Walk to End Alzheimer's. I'm going to go back to my page and I can show you right here. My family honors my grandma Beverly, so I edited my honorary right here. You can edit your honorary to your name and you're supporting whatever person, or even it's just a world without Alzheimer's is okay as well. You can edit your photo. You see I put one here of my children, and edit your story as well. The Alzheimer's Association's website, your participant center, is already pre-filled with a great inspiring message to send out to your supporters of how and why you are supporting the Walk to End Alzheimer's. But there's a little more meat to it. And like I mentioned to begin with, you raise 3 times more if you do this, if you personalize this. Just remember that the formatting gets a little messed up if you copy and paste it from Word. So you want to make sure that you go right in here and you just type it yourself. So that is editing your own personal page and your team page. There's also tools in here to send emails to your friends and family and supporters. There's already, pre-messaged right in here to copy this message and email out to your friends and family and your contacts for a donation request, to follow up to that donation request, to recruit others to join your team, and then to thank your donors who have already donated to your fundraiser. So in this tool, you can send them right from your participant center, or you can go in and send them from your personal email. Now, social media is a fantastic tool to use, and we're going to dive into this a little bit deeper. Facebook specifically has a really great, easy way to, when you're logged into your Facebook, to support a cause, to support, any nonprofit. However, in order to get that linked to your walk fundraising page, you need to do it through your participant center, through this page in your participant center. Go to the social media, get social, and we're going to show you how to do that in a little bit. Since I've already created mine, we're going to show you how to do that on someone's page that hasn't created their Facebook fundraiser yet. But when you do that, there are amazing tools in here in your participant center to help you do that fundraising. One of the things I've done in the past is utilize this tool called Schedule Messages. And what you do is, once you're already having you've already linked your Facebook to your fundraiser, you click this button and automatically it'll post to your Facebook page, 30 days until the event, just reminding your friends and family that are connected to you on Facebook that you are walking to end Alzheimer's. And so I'm going to go ahead and save that so that starts posting for me. Another thing in here on your participant center, your progress. How have I done with my fundraising? How has my team done on fundraising? And you see, I don't have any yet because I was really helping my daughters on their team do their fundraising before this. So that's where you can see your progress for your team and for yourself. And then Captain's Tools. In the Captain's Tools, this is a way to help the rest of your team members. Different fundraising ideas. We talk about our rewards and incentives program. The Team Captain kit that has been mailed to each of you is in here as well. A lot of these tools that you can just click on and print out. Explains to you how to edit your team page. There's a lot of different tips and tricks and tools all in this Team Captain toolkit. I'm just going to click on another tab that I have open just to show you the incentive program I'm going to talk about again in a little bit. We have a really great incentive program when you are fundraising. Your first $100 earns you that t-shirt. And then from there, there's all these great incentive gifts that you can choose for yourself when you get to a different level. And so that is that. I think we can go back to the slides, Steve, and I can continue talking through that next slide then. So yes, the tools for you in the Captain's Tools, go through those and really, you can just look through those and see what pertains to you and your team members. There's the spot about the cash and check donations. That has a really great form that's already pre-filled with your individual fundraising information or your team's fundraising information that you can send in, so we know that when you're sending in your check or your cash, you're mailing it in, that it's going to the right team and the right participant. But if you're doing a suggestion that we have for check donation is to do it from the app. Do the mobile check deposit from the app, and then you don't have to worry about sending that in. We talked about the fundraising levels. That's the next slide, Steve. All right, the best $100 t-shirt you'll ever earn. And I'm so excited to get this shirt this year. They changed what the shirt looks like each year. And this year it's leading the way to the first survivor, which I'm super excited to earn that shirt and to wear that shirt out in public. And then to be a fundraising champion. Once you get to that $500 level, you get a really great medal that shows that you are a champion and you are leading the way to end Alzheimer's. And then from there, there's other incentives to be a grand champion and elite grand champion. And these flyers here that you're seeing on your slide are also available in your participant center that you can download and email to your team members or even print off and hand out to people that are supporting you. The best way to earn that t-shirt, start your fundraising, the most valuable tool we have is our sign of support. And that's how I like to start out my fundraising each year. It gets you your shirt. It's also a great tool to show that yourself or your company is supporting the Walk to End Alzheimer's. You can have it say, in memory of Grandma Beverly. You can have it say, I'm walking in honor of, all those fighting the disease. You can have, Solve Marketing, which is my husband's company, supports the fight against Alzheimer's. So I've done this, I don't know if you can see it, each year with my local title for the pageants that I compete in, to show that my platform is helping to end Alzheimer's, and I'm able to use that sign of support out in the community then after the walk, during the walk, to show that I am supporting Alzheimer's. And then I've also earned my t-shirt with that. So Steve, now we can share your screen and we can talk through how to actually set up your Facebook fundraiser through the Participant Center. All right, so hopefully everyone is seeing the screen here of Steve's walk page. He goes into his Participant Center, clicking that up there on the top, and going down to the social media tab. Might be a little delay here. So what you want to do with this is also have another tab on your computer open, logged into your Facebook page. That way it's easier transition when you click that button. It's a seamless transition. So I think scroll up a little bit and click. A little slow. Yep, we click connect to the Facebook fundraiser, and it's asking if he wants to sign in as Steve, as himself, and yes. And then I believe that just like that, he's in. So you click view on Facebook, and you can see your fundraiser right there on Facebook. It should, yep, right there. Steve is walking to end Alzheimer's. Then when you go to your personal Facebook page, it'll show up as well, your fundraiser right there. And from this, you can share it. You can, you can write a little message each time you share it, just to remind your friends and family that I'm walking for Alzheimer's, because it affected me this way. And this is a great tool to raise money. Remember that when you're doing a Facebook fundraiser and you want the funds to go to your walk page, make sure that you do it through the participant center. And if you have any questions about that, any issues with that, please talk to your event manager, and they can help you walk you through that, or help you kind of troubleshoot anything that's going on with that. And then we'll take questions at the end of this whole meeting if anybody has any questions pertaining to this. I think that's all for me. I'm going to hand it off to Elizabeth, who is our walk manager out on the west side of the state. Elizabeth?
I hope there's not too much of a delay. So as Abby was able to share with you guys, Facebook is such an easy way to engage others, and there are so many fun, creative things you can do with Facebook. So I wanted to highlight a couple. So I don't know about you guys, but I've been home a lot more than normal. And because I've been home a lot more than normal, I can't really avoid the fact that I am accumulating way too much stuff that I either don't need or don't have space for, or both. So why don't you just use that, if this resonates with you, use that as a reason to start up a silent auction. It's super easy, and it's a win-win because you're getting rid of your stuff and you're making funds for Alzheimer's. So I encourage you to do that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Another simple way is to engage others is just a handwritten note. Something just sentimental and heartfelt and handwritten can really go a long way. And I also feel like, especially now, it's a little bit underutilized. So something as simple as getting your stationery out and writing a handwritten note, it could really make a big difference. So that's an easy way to engage others. Another one of my personal faves is doing a demo class. So oh my gosh, if there's a Zumba pro listening, or if there's a talented chef, or maybe you're MacGyver and you have like easy tips and tricks with how to put things around the house, host a demo show, have a donation to enter fee, and there you go. It's a fun, easy way to engage others and use your own unique talents to bring in funds for the walk. All right, hold on one second. So I know a lot of people are taking this time to work out, get in their best physical shape, myself not included, but I know many of you are. So if that's you, use the workout challenge as a way. Ask for $1 donations, get people engaged. They can challenge you to do push-ups, sit-ups, run a mile, whatever the case is, and you can encourage others to do it. And not only are you getting in shape, but you're also raising funds. So there you go. And then if you're a daring soul, I know a few listening are that way. Maybe doing the wacky wager or go live challenge is more for you.
Do something wild, crazy, goofy, make it your own and bring in funds that way. So options are truly endless. And I mean, the ideas don't stop there. Just get creative and have fun. And to give us more insight on successful fundraising, we want to introduce Vito Rossellino. Vito has been walking since 2012. His team name is Milk in the Cupboard. Vito walks to help find a cure so that eventually no one has to suffer like his mother did. Alzheimer's was the reason she couldn't think of the right words to say or recognize others. It was the reason that she couldn't remember how to make coffee or whether coffee belonged in the refrigerator or the cupboard. So Vito walks for his mother. To share a little bit more about his and his team's success and the way he has adapted to still support the mission, it's my pleasure to introduce Vito Rossellino.
Thank you for saying my name right. Our team was formed in 2012 by my niece Megan, who my mother and Megan were best friends. I was at my parents' house for coffee one day, and when I couldn't find the milk in the refrigerator, and I asked my mom where it was, she didn't know, and I went looking for it, and I found it in the cupboard. So when my mom passed in 2012, Megan said, "Hey, Uncle Vito, we should start a team and do the Alzheimer's walk." So I agreed. So we had a little family meeting, and it didn't take us 10 seconds to realize that the team name needed to be Milk in the Cupboard. And it's a good name because it's weird, and people ask what it means, and it gives us an opportunity to talk about it. So I was asked to share some fundraising ideas, and what I discovered was as soon as we started, the first year, it was pretty skeletal the way we did things. It was just our family, and all these people had all these matching t-shirts, and some people do these great team t-shirts. So Megan and I decided right away that we would try to force everybody to raise at least $100, so everybody at least gets a shirt. Since then, we've made the minimum $200. But right away, we started getting people complaining about, I don't know very many people, and I'm too shy. I feel funny asking people for money. We all feel funny asking people for money. So I started brainstorming for ideas on how to ask. And so over the years, I've learned, and I think the first principle is start with your own donation. I gotta set my timer so I don't talk too long. Start with your own donation, and not everyone can give, but in my opinion, in my experiences, when you invest yourself, it makes it easier to ask other people for money, and people trust you because you've invested. They're more likely to want to give you money because you've shown that you're invested in more than just asking for money. I try to do 10% of whatever my goal is as a self-donation because I know nobody else is going to probably give that much. So when I stick my hand out for $5, $10, $25, or $100, I can always say, well, I already gave more than that. But that's, not necessarily your story. Another suggestion I have is to start early and ask often. I've learned over the years I created a standard Facebook post. Abby mentioned Facebook. That's my primary way of communicating for fundraising for the Alzheimer's Walk, because Facebook makes it easy. If you put a link in a post, the way that the Alzheimer's pages are set up is your picture that's on your page becomes your post, and then you can click on it and people can go right to your donation page. So I modify that every year. This year, my gimmick has been every Wednesday to post and say, welcome to 2020, #walk to end Alzheimer's Wednesdays. I try to use the same hashtags that we find on the website. And then I change it up every week. Every year I try to have like a theme. Last year it was I'm looking for 100 people to give $25, join the club. I didn't get to 100 people. I think I had 67, but hit my goal. And few people gave $10 or $20, but a lot of people gave more. This thing you get in the mail, go through it because there's lots of ideas. Some people will be motivated by the incentive page. Other people, you can find ideas for captain ideas in there. I am a rebel, and I don't ever follow orders very well, so I always think of my own ideas. So my big thing that I've been most successful at, I think, is doing giveaways whether it's the small purple bracelets. I can usually talk people out of $5 for those, and they don't cost much, or we get them for free depending on what's happening at the office. But some things I've done this year, we went to a kind of a party at a disco in Ferndale, and I found out there was going to be another one, so I leased or rented a booth, and it's like $10 a person. So I went on Facebook and said, first 10 people to give me $25 get a seat in my booth. So that worked out pretty well. And this week I will be, probably tomorrow, delivering 10 loaves of either banana or zucchini bread that I threw a challenge up last week and said the first 10 people to give me $25 get a free loaf of bread. The loaves cost me $7, and when I deliver them, they will have a business card for the company that made them. It happens to be a friend of mine that's kind of an upstart company. So I get to accomplish 3 things at the same time: promote a local business, help my friend, and raise some money for Alzheimer's Walk. My biggest thing is these guys. Get these guys. I don't know what they're called. They're animals. Penguin, fox. I don't know what that one is. That's a fox. What is this one? I don't know. This year I think it's going to be a tiger. I think they usually cost us $10. I told people if you give me 50, you get one of these stuffed animals, and I got rid of however many I bought. Okay, run out of time. Emails. Because I email a lot of people a lot of things during the year, and people get aggravated when they're being asked for money too many times too often. What I've done is every year I take my time and carefully craft a well-worded email with links to my page and to my team's page. I include photos from last year because that inspires some people. And I invite people to give, and I always thank people for what they've given in the past. And the last 2 things I want to say is be generous. I try to live a life of whole life generosity. If people get to know you and they know that you're generous, for some reason it makes them more likely to want to give to you or to the causes you believe in. And the last thing I want to say is, and I think it's the most important, make being an advocate for Alzheimer's research part of who you are, not just something you do once a year. I have one of those Alzheimer pig banks in my office that people, when they come in to get a mint out of the bucket, they throw their change in. I have one guy that insists on putting a dollar bill in there every time because they're so hard to get back out because he rolls them up into a little tube and shoves them through the hole. But participate in things like we're doing Purple Passion Friday every Friday. Just take a picture of yourself wearing something, Alzheimer's, something purple, and just learn to talk about it like the passionate thing that it is in your life. So as you can see, I'm not a genius fundraiser, but I just think of ideas and they seem to be working. As of last night, I'm at 90% of my goal for the year. So I will be changing that goal next week to make it higher and then try to surpass that. Thank you.
Wow, I am blown away by all those creative ideas and also the whole life generosity thing. I'm going to live by that. So thank you, Vito. I appreciate you sharing all of your stories and how you've turned your story and transitioned it into making such a difference. Pretty powerful. So now I would like to give special shout outs and celebrations to so many people across the state. And we couldn't include everybody, but we will certainly include a few. So Van Buren Coffee, they're making the unforgettable coffee blend. This stuff must be really good because I know one of my coworkers was actually having a dream about it. So apparently it's delicious. So you guys should definitely pick some up. The campaign starts on the 20th of this month, and just check your social media, reach out to your staff partner to get your special promo code because it can go to a specific event. Thank you to Kathy Groove, who did an amazing job adapting her annual event to go virtual. Already this year, she has raised over $4,400, which is pretty incredible. So congratulations to Kathy. Thank you to Symphony Care Network for being the stage sponsor at not only Bay City, but also Flint, Berrien County, and Brighton Walks. Thank you so much for that. Huge thank you to Jackson National Insurance for returning as a $10,000 sponsor at our Lansing Walk. Place near and dear to my heart personally. Huge thank you to our Grand Rapids co-chairs for the marketing committee. They have spent countless hours editing and creating videos, coming up with our Walk Talk series. And also quick shout out to Don Hoym, who is our top fundraiser for Grand Rapids currently. He has raised over $3,000, which is pretty incredible. Thank you to the board member, Russ Knopp, and his crew at Comfort Keepers in Traverse City and Petoskey. They doubled their sponsorship at both events for 2020. Can't thank you enough for that. Thank you so much. Big thank you to Health Professionals Honor Society, Alpha, Epsilon, Delta for hosting their 2 fundraisers. They do Instagram bingo and a tumbler sale. And on a personal note, I would like to thank each and every one of you listening right now. It's because of you that we're able to move forward and make the difference that we're making despite these crazy, unfortunate times. So now I want to hear from you guys. How are you planning on building your teams, recruiting more team members for your teams? What are you going to do that maybe you've done last year that you have to transition into virtual? Tell me in your chat what your ideas are, what you plan on doing, or what you've already done that's been successful. Come on, people, there has to be some ideas. Ooh, book club fundraiser, Kristen, good one. Ooh, a chili cook-off, that's fun. Abby, if you do that, I'll join. Here we go. Tastefully Simple online party, you raised 180? Vito, where's my money text? Virtual pet show, that's a fun one. Ice cream cart, I like that one. Euchre night, so many awesome ideas, you guys. Partner with local businesses. Aw. Great ideas, I love it. That's what we need. That's what we need right now. Creative, fun ideas. All right, so now I want to move on to just some clean cut numbers. Numbers don't lie, you guys. So here's some stats that may be helpful for you guys. I know I found them pretty fascinating myself. So the more participants you have in your team, the more you fundraise. It does go hand in hand. There's power in numbers, absolutely. So if you're at 5, how can you get to 10? If you're at 10, how can you get to 15? If you're at 15, how can you get to 30? Growing your team is pertinent in overall success and growth over the years. Another take from the numbers are utilize the Walk app. So if you're a fundraiser that has raised $100 every year, but haven't ever used the Walk app, if you start using the app, numbers say that you'll be raising 400 instead of 100, which is pretty darn huge. So if you start utilizing that app and haven't done it before, you'll see your numbers grow, which is pretty incredible. 50% of our walkers register within the last 16 days, like prior to walk. So what that says to me is there's a lot of time not being fully utilized at the utmost capacity that we possibly or potentially could. So if you hear people saying, oh, we have time to register, we have time to register, yeah, that may be true, but if they really want to walk and contribute to the cause in a way where the funds are being raised and they're able to participate and engage in the utmost capacity, register now so they don't miss out on cool interactive events and cool ways to fundraise. So I thought that was pretty fascinating. And then returning teams, our veteran teams, you're 2.5 times more, raised 2.5 times more than new ones, which is huge. So if this is your first time signing up, your first year, just think, if you have a successful year this year, it'll be even more successful next year. So if that's not a reason to stay involved, I don't know what is. I know this year is tough. It poses very unique challenges. So we all want to be here to help you guys. So please reach out to your staff partner, reach out to any, Alzheimer's committee chair members, et cetera. ask for help. We're here to help you and guide you along the way. So we truly are here for anything you need. I want to pass this along to Kyle, who has some fun information about an exciting new challenge.
Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. And now that everybody has all of these amazing ideas from great team captains on how we can fundraise, it's time to grow our team. So we are once again launching our long sleeve t-shirt challenge. So how it works is the team with the most registered team members by Thursday, July 2nd at 11:59 p.m. wins this amazing custom long sleeve t-shirt for your entire team. So every person already registered counts towards your goal of getting the most people on your team, and every walk in the state will have a winner. So you're competing against those. Detroit Walk is going to have a winner. Petoskey is going to have a winner. Everybody gets a winning team. And the team members who are registered after July 2nd at 11:59 unfortunately aren't qualifying for a t-shirt, but those team shirts that you recruit members for will all be delivered to your team captain after the challenge closes on July 2nd. So in the event of a tie, if we have two teams that recruit the same number of participants, say 100 on each team, the team that fundraises the most money is going to win that tiebreaker. So remember to get out there and recruit people for your team, invite them on your social media just by asking your friends, neighbors, coworkers to come and join you and join your team. We will also want them to encourage them to fundraise, because if there is that tie, there's the chance that you could win because you're the team that raised the most money. And we'll be checking lists for duplicates to make sure that one person is registered per team. So we're excited. Get out there, register your teams. Thank you all so very much for everything you do for the walks across the state of Michigan. We can't thank you enough. And at this time, we're going to open it up to a Q&A. So if you want to put your questions over in the chat or in the Q&A box, Steve, I'll turn it back over to you so that we can facilitate some great questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kyle. Thank you, everyone, the presenters, our speakers, our team captains who shared their amazing mission and all that they've been doing. It's great to hear such amazing stories. And so we have been monitoring the Q&A the entire time, as well as the chat. The chat has had a flurry of great ideas and a lot of things in there. So I will ask anybody who does have a question, please utilize the Q&A section, because that will come directly to myself. The chat can get a little bit jumbled as it scrolls through so fast with all of the amazing ideas that everyone had. Just as a fun announcement, the one question we did get was about recording. Yes, this will be recorded. We will be recording today's kickoff. It'll be posted later today. I promise this one is recorded. The other one was a shout out of total attendees. So one of our committee members in Detroit wanted to know how many people we had. So we actually had 80 people at our highest point attending the call today. So thank you so much. That's a great number. We had 136 people registered and 80 people attend. So definitely some great numbers there. Just want to make sure you guys understand that we are here for you and that we are going to answer any questions. We're going to be having some office hours coming up as well. So we had some questions earlier about Facebook and how long did it take to link the pages. And I saw a question about another Facebook fundraiser, so I'll ask someone to enter that in if they didn't get that question answered. But we will be having some office hours around the state, so stay tuned for that. You'll have announcements on our social media pages. We will be having announcements via email. You will get an email today about the T-shirt challenge immediately following today's kickoff. We're excited to have everybody here. Get registered today. If you have not registered, spread the word far and wide. We know that everyone has so much going on in their life, but I want everyone to be proud of being loud for the Alzheimer's Association. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now, especially in our state and our country. A lot of things that need to be paid attention to, things that do need to be changed in our society. But right now, for a lot of us, Alzheimer's will always be and still remains the most important or most crucial thing in our life. So know that we are serving populations that are despaired. We are serving the populations most at risk for COVID. We are really, really, really viable right now. We are helping many, many people right now. So your guys' voice, your stories, your teams, your fundraisers, everything that you are doing will help us continue to serve those people. And I just get one question coming in. So thank you guys so much for all the support you're giving us and helping us move the mission forward to never end fighting to have a world without Alzheimer's. But I did have a question that says, how long for donations to show up on a team page? Because of the office closures right now that are around the country, donation processing is taking quite a while. So we do apologize for the delay that is happening across the country and across our state for if you're mailing in donations. But a great way around that is if you have that mobile app, that app on your phone, you can do a mobile check deposit. So we understand if someone's giving you cash, you might have to ask for a check maybe instead, or turn that into a money order and mail that in. Know that mailing it in will take quite some time. Our offices are closed still currently around the state of Michigan, so we are having mail be forwarded to certain places and then even processed in a different location as well. So please give us some patience on donations to show on the page, or do those virtual fundraisers, those mobile check deposits, and it'll be in real time. So that might be a great way to circumnavigate that. But thank you for that question as well. We have 4 minutes left, so I will stay on the line. Thank you everyone so much for attending today. We will answer any questions as well, but please continue to spread the word. Continue to be loud and proud for the association. The work that you guys are doing, we're all fighting for that white flower one day. So keep it up and know that we are here to support you. If you have any questions or details, please reach out to your local staff partner. And we look forward to having an experience with you this fall and fighting for the world without Alzheimer's. So thank you all so much. We will stick around to answer any questions, but if you need to go, you are free to go. And this will be recorded and posted later. So thank you guys.